Ladies and gentlemen, I gladly introduce to you the engineering mistress, your porn princess, the real defender of gender equality, La Boricua Bella, Mercedes Carrera.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm terrible. I'm terrible. It could be worse. I'm absolutely awful. I'm stuck in hell. And, you were reading comments from the last audio we did. And I want to address a few points. The first one is about how much I must love being in jail. And that's why I've been delaying. So let me get something straight with everybody. Mm-hmm. I have been trying to go to trial for the last 4 years. I have no control over this. Every single time I go to court, I am chained up like dead man walking. Now, for the people who are out there, that means chained, my hands at my ankle chains. These are handcuffs that are placed around my ankles in a very uncomfortable fashion, and I'm left in chains all day long. Then I'm thrown in a dirty cell, and I'm left like that all day long. My hands are not allowed outside of my waist chains, and I'm forced to sit in a filthy cell all day, taken into the courtroom like that. I'm not allowed to have a hand out of my chains. I have to use the restroom like this. Okay, and I've done court, 25 times. Then I'm dragged into the courtroom looking like a serial killer. I have asked repeatedly to go to trial. I am on my fourth attorney now. Okay? I have asked repeatedly to go to trial. This is why I'm on my fourth attorney. The court like to do this thing where they will delay you. They will tell you the trial. The courts were shut down because of so that was dead time. And then after that, my attorney had reasons. Well, we're waiting for a cell phone, and then we're waiting for this, and we're waiting for that, and we can't do trials because of the holidays, and all of these other reasons. I've asked for inquiries about this warrant on my case that obviously was not done correctly. That never got done. Now I'm on another attorney who has promised me to look. But now, because there's a delay, I also am of my co-defendant, and there's delays and all of these other. The court system delay cases. The court system is set up to delay cases. They do this on purpose. Now, I would like to know why this person thinks I would enjoy. Do you really think that I enjoy being stuck? It is essentially a bathroom with another person not of my choosing. The most idiotic comment I've ever heard. This is literally, it is filthy here. I've gotten COVID 5 times. I have hemolytic anemia, and I'm borderline suicidal at this point. But that's what the courts want. Because when they have it, they don't think they do is they torture you. And they hope that you'll die in here, so they won't have to take you to trial. That's how it works. America is the new Soviet Union. I don't know if anyone has taken a look, but we are in worse shape than Russia was. We give government handouts to people who are useless. We have a government that prosecutes ex-politicians. Wake up, people. I've spent 5 years here pre-trial. Pre-trial. I am not in prison. I am in jail, awaiting trial. I spend 21 hours a day locked in a cell. It is filthy here.
What's the difference between jail and prison?
Jail is somewhere that the county holds people pre-trial, in theory. Sometimes they allow people to do their sentences in jail. County jail is a horrible, horrible place. It is dirty. The jail I am at has black mold. Black mold. There's black mold coming out of the wall. I get one set of clothes per week. The food is abhorrent. The people are abhorrent. I'm locked in a room all day. It's basically a bathroom. It is 6 feet by 10 feet with a toilet and 2 bunks. And I'm locked in there for 21 hours a day. I'm allowed to come out for 3 hours to use the phone, and the showers are infested with bugs. Those are the conditions. Prison, on the other hand, is where they send people after they've been sentenced. And in prison, they're allowed to have tablets, and they do classes, and they have jobs. And, I've talked to people who I've known for years who are like, oh, don't you guys have tablets, though? And don't you have classes? And I've heard prisoners have all kinds of privileges. That's prison. I am in jail. I have been in county jail for 4 years awaiting trial. I am not in prison. I am in county jail. I have gotten COVID 5 times. I have hemolytic anemia. I sleep on a mattress that is an inch thick on top of a metal table. It is difficult for me to even procure ibuprofen here. Ibuprofen. There's a girl here who came down from prison, got an ear infection, asked multiple times, for something as simple as antibiotic ear drops. They didn't give time. Her eardrum burst, and now she's dead. All for the want of amoxicillin eardrop. That is how poor our conditions are here. She's permanently deaf in one ear now. That's how bad our conditions are here. Yeah. And so for all those idiots who are online who think, oh, I love this here. Yeah, I keep delaying on purpose. No, I don't. I would kill myself if it were easy to do, but it's not. They make it impossible. Part of the reason I self is I don't want to give my ex satisfaction. But death is a preferable option. Jail for 5 years. I will guarantee you that. The deputies are not nice, especially the female ones. The female deputies here are they're sadistic. There are a few, very few, I can count them on one hand, that are nice to us. But for the most part, women should not be in position. I will tell you that much. On the other hand, in prison, I'm told, the COs, the correction officers, are very, very appropriate. Why? Because they have a very strong union and they're paid very well. Here, we are not treated well. I have been treated worse here than I've ever been treated in my life. Ever. And I have zero control of it. Additionally, it is county jail in San Bernardino. Anyone who's ever been to San Bernardino, well, let me just fill in the blanks for you. Come to San Bernardino. Go to downtown San Bernardino. Those are the people I'm housed with. It is not a nice population. I've done everything in my life to avoid that population of people, and now I'm stuck with them. However, if I have conflict with them, then I will. What that means is I will be dragged to court, and I will be charged criminally with another charge. So I've had to take a lot of abuse from a lot of people in my 5 years here, and there's nothing I can do. Do I deserve any of this? No, I do not. It was a long way out of its way to go for my ex, and I don't deserve it. And it really annoys me that anybody would make sort of passive-aggressive. I would like them to come in here, live in a fly-infested, filthy, disgusting dungeon with a bunch of crap people, and they get transported to court 30 times in chains, and then come have to live with the dross. So you know what? To anybody who's saying that, fuck you. Now, I don't know what kind of exercise this is that God has for me, except for me to absolutely hate civilization. And you know what? You know what? All of you who think this is so funny, it's coming for all of you. It's coming for all of you. Because all of America is going to end up looking like this is what's going to happen to all of America.
Yeah. Somebody also commented. Somebody else commented. Even in Italy, she would have been already been released from prison for exceeding the required for precautionary custody. Embarrassing.
Yeah, well, you know, welcome to America. America's the new Soviet state. People don't believe me when I say it is. I've had 4.5 years over that to do nothing but read history. So all these people who think America's on the side of right, they're wrong. America is not on the side of right. America is a terrible, terrible country. This is a horrible country. America will not win these next wars. I'm calling it now. America's on the wrong side. Russia's on the right side. China's on the right side. America's not. That's it. America has a crappy military that is worried about being politically and socially correct. And you know what? That's how you lose. Putin's more on the right side of God than America is. Do you think Biden's on the right side of God?
No, of course not.
No, of course not. Putin is. Look, when the rest of the country ends up looking like San Bernardino, and that's what's going to happen. Look, I've been living through this. And you know what? I was good to people. I was good to people before this. So, I mean, I don't know what to say.
Well, I'm going to ask this again. I know I've asked you already, but I just want to, for everyone online, I want them to hear you say these words. Are you innocent?
Of course. I mean, how many times do I have to fucking declare this to people?
Yeah, people
It's
still.
infuriating to me. How many goddamn times do I have to declare this to people?
Right.
How
Yeah.
many times do I have to be put on the defensive?
Yeah, because people keep like.
I would never hurt my daughter. I would never hurt my daughter. And I'm so sick of people asking me this fucking question. You know, every goddamn day I'm put on the defensive.
Yeah.
Like, really? I've never hurt anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Not intentionally. I've never hurt anyone. I've never stolen anything. You know? Like, I'm in here in a den of fucking animals. It's like, it's insane to me.
I mean, that's a
It's
lie.
insane.
You have stolen something.
What?
My heart.
Oh, stop.
I'm sorry.
But it's just so fucking into me that I am stuck in here. Like, you know, I'm going to tell you this. I am not a better person for having spent almost 5 years in here.
Mm.
Because when I came in here, I actually liked people. I did. I liked people. I was optimistic. I enjoyed humanity. Like, that's how I was able to do the job I did. Now, I absolutely detest humanity. Detest it. This is not, like, I don't know what the goal of this whole exercise is, but I will tell you that when, you know, they put people in here to do what? To make them better people?
Hmm.
You know, I had a chance to read the Bible from beginning to end, and I see the point of it because they're right. People are horrible. That's the point of the Bible, is that everyone's a sinner. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. People are awful.
Gets better at the end.
What?
Gets better at the end. If you read the end, it gets better.
No. I read it. I read it all the way through. I read it from beginning to end. And you know what? Look, they killed Jesus. So God sends a sinless man, and then they kill him because that's how terrible humans are.
Well, I mean, okay, as someone that grew up a Jehovah's Witness, he was sent to basically pay our ransom because of
because humans are that terrible. Because that's how terrible humans are. That's how horrible they are.
Yeah. That's imperfection because of Adam.
Yeah, because humans are absolutely terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I have no faith in humanity. Zero. Yeah, absolutely. Humans are absolutely terrible. They're horrible.
Well,
and you know what? I tried, even for the first couple of years, I tried to be very nice to these women in here. And you know what? All I got was shit on. And taking advantage. And I had them turn on me. So you know what? I have absolutely zero faith in humanity. And all I was good to people out there. All I've gotten was shit in return.
I would like to think that you didn't get shit from everybody.
Yeah, well, you know, I have a couple of friends. You, and I can count them on a couple of hands.
Mm.
But I did a lot of nice things for a lot of people, and I received very little. So you know what? I have very, very little faith in humanity as a whole. And then I see comments like that. Oh, well, you know, well, she sure looks like being in jail. Fuck you. And you know, and like I said, I've read the Bible, absolutely, and I've made a lot of mistakes. I would never ever have given my life to the world if I knew what I know now. I regret my entire career, all of it. I would have stayed. You know, I left Raytheon because I had this belief that building weapons was bad for humanity. If I knew then what I know now, I would have continued. I wish I had never left. I wish I had continued doing that and had continued building weapons, because the best thing that you can do for humanity is build weapons. Absolutely. So I became this hippie thinking, oh, you know, free love and love all humanity. Fuck humanity. And the irony is, if I had stayed at Raytheon,
you have 1 minute left,
then none of this shit would have happened. Because it's my career, it's my former career, that's part of the reason that they're condemning me now. There's the irony. I mean, here's the problem. Here's what people don't get. Here's what people aren't understanding. I wish I had the article in front of me. You know, I just saw that Trump's attorney just pled in the Georgia indictment. Mm-hmm. So when Trump's lawyers are pleading, it's because they know that the deck is stacked. The deck is stacked. So when you walk into a courtroom, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. I haven't seen anybody in my 4.5 years here win. Now, how is that possible? That's possible because as soon as they indict you, as soon as they charge you, as soon as they arrest you, you're going to lose. Even Trump's attorneys, who I'm sure feel wrong, but they know that once they've been indicted, they know that they're in a losing battle because the court is a behemoth. So, if even Trump's attorney, if even his star prosecutor, I forget her name, you can look her up, she's got blonde hair, the one who said she was going to unleash the Kraken, right? Even she, because she knows that this thing is going to be a cash drain on her. Now, if you live in a country where that's the case, I really, really encourage all of you to read the Archipelago Gulag, the Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn, because it is a book about how the Soviet state was run, and it ran exactly the same.
Yeah, Sidney Powell is her name.
Yeah, Sidney Powell, right. So, if we live in a nation, where that's how the system works, then somebody like little old me gets arrested. And they fuck up the paperwork because they're like, oh yeah, we know, we got a case here. We know we're going to find all kinds of evidence. And they don't. And the detective on my case, his career's writing on this and he's close to pension. He doesn't want, I have to go. Of course, they have to lock me down. But they know that they fucked up. You think they're going to admit that? Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no. So they're going to leave me in jail to rot. You see? I'm going to call you back.
All right.
All right. So, anyway, I mean, that's, people don't understand, like, this is how the American court system works.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter, like, if you have a high-powered attorney or you have a local public defender, the way it works is once you've been arrested or once you've been charged, there's no going back. It's like a casino, and you have to lose.
The house always wins.
What?
The house always wins.
That's how it works. This is how it's set up to work. I mean, do a little digging. I mean, there's a book I recommend. I put it up on the website. It's called Charged. It's about the modern criminal justice system. People have this idea that we still live in this like Eisenhower-esque America, where there's some sort of criminal justice system and there's justice. Why people believe this, I have no idea. None whatsoever. Oh, well, there's going to be justice. No, there's not. Prosecutors are set up to prosecute. They will win no matter what. And the court system is set up to support them. I don't know how many times I've talked to people and they're like, well, have you talked to the judge? Like, this is some sort of law. I think TV has a lot to do with this because people think it's like Law and Order. Mm-hmm. And the judge is going to step in and be impartial. The judges were prosecutors. Let that sink in. The judges were prosecutors. Mm. They're on the side of the prosecutors. The judge I have right now, she does not care at all. It's her name on the bunk warrant. Her name is on the bunk warrant. She does not care. I mean, the last couple times I've gone to court, the attorneys always want to kick this forward 6 weeks, and I'll have to fight and say, no, I want to come back. Mm. I want to come back sooner. And the judge is like, oh, I don't care. They want to come back in 6 weeks. Okay, well, sure. Come back in 8 weeks. I don't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. They can hold me here for 10, 15 years. She doesn't care. She does not care. She's getting paid. They're all getting paid. As long as we're being held here. This is what people don't understand about the system. Our occupancy is what pays their bills. The jail is like a big hotel. Okay? And the occupancy in the jail is what pays the bill for all of the staff. The judges, the prosecutors, the cops, all of them are being paid because the jail is full. That's how this works. Mm-hmm. Every time I get transported to court, like, I don't need to go to court. I actually don't need to go to court. They don't need to put me in chains at 5 a.m. and throw me in a filthy cell all day. They don't have to do that. There's a video courtroom inside the jail that they could take me to. It's right down the hallway. I could appear in video court, but see, here's the thing. They make money on what they call quote-unquote transport. So they make money to transport me and everybody else. So that's why they transport us. It's only to make money so that they can bill the county. That's it. It's a big racket. That's how it works. It's a big racket. The whole thing is a big racket. It's just like probation. Probation is a big racket. So what they do, we're all cattle, right? So we're tagged. We're chained up and we're tagged. And then when they actually let people go, like they love drug addicts, right? Because drug addicts are great because it's catch and release. They catch them, they bring them in, they tag them, and then they release them. See, part of the problem they're having with me is I am not a drug addict. So they know once they let me go, I will not be in and out of jail. They don't like that. They don't like that. Because if they let me out of here on probation or parole, I'm not going to violate. And they don't like that. They like the drug addicts because they violate probation and parole all the time. So they're a cash cow. To violate probation or parole means that you bust your drug test, you're hanging out with other probationers or parolees. They're not supposed to hang out together, right? And so then they violate them, they bring them back into jail for a couple months at a time. They love those people. Those are cash cows. They don't like people like me who have no priors and are on one case and are not going to violate. They don't like that. So they're trying to suck all their money they can out of me on the front end because they know on the back end they're not going to make any money out of me. You see? Whereas somebody who's a drug addict, a lot of times they won't hold them for a long time in the beginning of the case because they're like, oh, she's going to be in and out of jail for years. Go ahead. Just give her probation or parole, but don't worry, she's going to be in and out for a decade. You see? Mm-hmm. That's how that works. This is a big, nasty casino. And all of them make money off of it. The judges, the cops, the attorneys. It's a human farm. And once you're stuck in it, it's a nightmare. And it's especially a nightmare for someone like me because I don't like sitting around all day eating junk food and watching stupid television. Some of the people who are violators are like, oh, they come back, hey, it's my friend, hey. For me, this is an absolute nightmare.
So what's the best case scenario right now?
For me, the best case scenario is death. The best case scenario for me is that somebody accidentally slips me fentanyl and I die in my sleep. That's best case.
Damn.
But that's not realistic. Or the other alternate best case is that Daddy Putin does me a solid and airstrikes West Valley Detention Center. Unfortunately, it's probably not on his list.
Yeah. I don't know.
He would be doing all of civilization and the gene pool a solid by doing that.
Wow.
Realistically, there's not a whole lot of ways out of these types of situations. What they do is then they'll make you miserable and then go, here's an offer. You'll only have to spend a few more years in prison, which prison is basically like Chowchilla is basically illiterate lesbian fat camp.
What?
Chowchilla, lesbian fat camp.
Why you say it like that?
Because that's what it is. So it's another form of hell, basically.
But at least there's classes and tablets and. Yeah,
but then you go from being stuck in a bathroom with one of them to stuck in a room with 8 of them. Yeah, so imagine the classes. These are classes. I'm sure I'd be thoroughly entertained.
Right.
You've got to be kidding me.
What, you have your master's already?
Yeah. So.
No?
I'm sitting here reading, I've spent 5 years, especially reading master's level history books. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go up there and what? Take bachelor's level courses from a Cal State on social justice. Gee, that sounds like fun. Maybe I'll get a degree in Chicana studies.
But you're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, and then I can get a degree in Hugo Chavez.
He was Mexican.
Yeah, exactly. Case in point, it's a California school. That's why joke. You're a comedian, haha.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not. I think I'm not hearing the sarcasm. I'm just hearing the vitriol. I'm like, oh shit.
Come on, you're a New Yorker. Come on, quick with the sarcasm.
Yeah. Damn.
That's what they offer. They offer associate's degrees and bachelor's degrees from a fucking Cal State. And that are heavy on social justice bullshit.
Right. Well, at least you'll be well versed in pronouns.
Oh God. Oh, and one of the girls was telling me that they actually have the transsexuals are going to the women's prison now.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so girls are getting pregnant. Isn't that great? But it's it's prison. It's not a fucking college campus. It's prison.
Right.
So it's violent. It's prison. Because everyone, down here when you're in Cali, is like, oh, it's great. You have classes, they have better food. I'm like, it's prison. It's prison. It's violent.
Right.
It's not a superior option. And, look, am I bitter? Yes. I don't deserve any of this. I don't deserve this. For the first couple of years I was here, I was like, okay, this is going to take time, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? Now I'm coming up on 5 years, and I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I've spent a quarter of my adult life in this hellhole while everybody's just taken care of, and now I'm pissed. And I have these assholes online saying bullshit to me. And I'm like, you come fucking live in this fucking shithole. And especially when, you have these idiot wahoos in government that are liberals, and I see them, in LA, they have zero cash bail for people who are real pedophiles. I mean, they're doing zero cash bail for guys who are caught with child pornography. Yeah. Was there child pornography in my house? No. None. Zero. And yet I'm being held on $2 million bail? What kind of bullshit is that? So yeah, you can see that I'm bitter. And we're all my friends in the adult industry. Fuck the adult industry. Fuck them too. Because it's that industry's fault that I'm still stuck here.
I mean, I've reached out to...
No, they're a bunch of assholes. They're a bunch of selfish fucking assholes. They're like cockroaches that scatter. I
mean, I reached out to Shinosha and Teeny.
Yeah, she doesn't care. None of them care. They don't care. They don't care. So, whatever. None of them care. It doesn't matter. None of them care. It's been 5 years and none of them care. They didn't care in the beginning, so they don't care now. That's how it works. You know who's cared the most out of everybody? Has been Gavin McInnes and his family. And they're the only ones that are going to care when America collapses. Mark my words. Porn is part of the problem, not part of the solution.
It's a total 360 from when I first had you on.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, that's the truth. That's how it is. Yeah. So, I don't know. I've gotten to see it in here. I've gotten to see it in here. I've gotten to see the absolute rock that is modern Western civilization. It is a mess. It is a mess. Maybe I'm getting to see the end game before the rest of you. And that's what I'm getting to see by being in here. Because what I'm living in and what I'm living through in here is what America is going to become in 10 or 15 years. And it's ugly. So.
I got to start stocking up on some stuff.
Yeah, I would. I absolutely would.
Maybe start raising some chickens and stuff. Just bring back
I would.
Start acting like this.
If I were anybody in America right now and I had the ability, I would get the fuck out of the cities. I would get on some land. I would start growing my own food. This country.
They're making that illegal.
Of course they are. Of course they're making it illegal because they know that that's the only thing that's going to sustain people. I'm around all of the people who are their life recipients.
Nice.
And they're the worst. Entitled, selfish, loud. Yeah, the worst.
Yeah, because I tweeted at Shinosha and Teeny, to help you out. I don't say I'm not helping her. I didn't say you weren't helping.
What'd she say? Oh, it doesn't matter. Who cares? I don't care about any of this. Whatever. I
mean, there are people that do care. Damn, we don't know what to do. And honestly, I don't know. I guess, and I know this sounds infuriating to you, but it's like, it's really hard for like regular people who are not going through what you're going through to understand how this is possible, because it's like, this is illegal. This can't be legal. This is a violation of our human rights. There's no human rights. And I'm like, damn.
There are no human rights. There are no human rights in this country. This is what I'm trying to tell everyone.
Yeah.
You do not have human rights in this country. America is the new Soviet Russia. Russia is the new America. Like here's an example. Vladimir Putin rebuilt a church that Stalin had demolished. He rebuilt it based on the old architectural specification because he is an ardent Christian. Meanwhile, in America, we are demolishing everything from religion to and we are, mutilating small children with hormones, right? And sterilizing them against their parents' will. Which country do you think God is on? God's side is on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is what I'm trying to tell people. And what I'm going through is what people went through in Soviet Russia.
Oh, no, because I tweeted at the real Aubrey Black.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Aubrey wanted to support us from the beginning, but she lives in Australia, and she's busy. I know Aubrey tried, but I don't expect, Aubrey was one of the few that was supportive. Aubrey was staying with us in our house around the time that they alleged the abuse happened. So she was able to say, no, that didn't happen. I was there. But it's not even just individual porn actors. It's the industry as a whole. Because part of the reason that I'm in this is that it's quote unquote the industry. It's the industry. It's my association with the industry. That makes me look so bad. And quote unquote the industry could have come together and helped me. And they just backed away immediately. And that's, and look, that's what these allegations were intended to do.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of them saying, hey, we should probably help our girl out because it's sad for all of us, they scattered immediately.
Yeah.
Because they're a bunch of selfish assholes. And that's what they do. And, it's really not a surprise. You know who really warned me about this? There's a guy named Mark Ashley. He had been Male Performer of the Year a bunch of times. So you can look at his credentials, his history. And he had his dick broken on set. And he, unlike, Kieran Lee or one of those guys, he didn't have it insured. And the industry completely abandoned him. He needed them most. And the thing is, if you break the dick, it's like this catastrophic thing. It costs thousands of dollars to fix, and then it really fucks him up mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked with him one time, and he told me, he's like, man, these people, because they made a lot of money off of him, and then when he needed them, they weren't there for him. And he warned me about it. So
is that a TV or someone screaming in the background?
They've been playing slasher flicks all month long on the television. This place is hell. And on top of it, not only is it hell, but they have a choice as to what television. And so, hey, let's make it worse by watching slasher flicks. Yeah.
Did you hear about the scandal with Pornhub?
Who?
The Pornhub.
I don't know anything. I know nothing.
All right. Well,
and I don't know anything about industry news. I don't know anything.
Well, Steven Crowder and another independent journalist, they did an undercover sting, talking to like some of the execs from Pornhub, and they were like, we make more money when we have actresses and actors that look like they're really young.
Oh, that's not a surprise to me at all. That's not a surprise to me at all.
Like, they mentioned, I think they mentioned Jordy because he looks like he's 15.
Yeah. That's not surprising. This is the thing. Look, this is the problem. This is why, like, when Utah wanted to put an age block on it, they vehemently, the industry vehemently protested it, and this is the problem with it. This is the problem with the entire industry, and this is the problem with their lack of ethics. Because young people should not, especially under the age of 18, they should not. Because it desensitizes them. Yeah, and I got a really big argument with someone who was a former friend of mine, because he's like, well, it's protected speech. It's protected speech. And I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, well, it's the First Amendment right. No, it's not. When they wrote the First Amendment, when the framers, when Hamilton and Madison wrote the First Amendment, I don't think they were thinking, hey, let's write this so in the future, kids can see Adriana Chechik get a PVC pipe shoved up her ass and get gangbanged. I don't think that was what they were thinking. They were thinking, hey, let's write this so in the future people have the right to contest elections, which, by the way, you can't do in this country anymore lest you get arrested.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you that we do not live in a free country. What does that tell you? Go online, go on Twitter right now and say, the election was stolen. I believe that the Dominion software is compromised and Donald Trump won the election. And wait. And FBI FBI agents will show up at your house and arrest you. And that's what tells you that you do not live in a free country.
But
you want to know that you live Soviet state, go online and say that the election was stolen. Look what happened to the My Pillow guy.
Yeah.
So, like anybody who says, oh, we live in a free country, you're a fucking idiot. No, we don't. This country is not free. Because you cannot question elections. And that's what the First Amendment was written to protect. It was not written so that children can have access to absolutely obscene material on Pornhub. That's not what it was written for. And I got into a big argument with a former friend of mine who is a porn industry attorney. Because he says, look, it's protected speech, so it's protected speech. No, it's not. And that can be unwritten at any time. Laws change all the time. Look at Roe versus Wade.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody who thinks that pornography is protected speech is a fucking idiot. It is not artistic. There's nothing artistic about watching girls put bowling pins up their assholes at all. Not artistic.
No,
There's a reason that there were obscenity laws up to the 1980s. And you know what? America was a better place for it. America was a better place when there were obscenity laws.
I don't know, because as a stand-up comic, I could have gotten arrested for, saying fucking and making sexual jokes. Like look at Lenny Bruce.
Yeah, but there's a difference between obscenity laws regarding speech and obscenity laws regarding visual art. I think society was a better place.
Yeah.
It really was. It really was. I mean, I am stuck. I am trapped in the awful that is the resultant outcome of a society with no morality. And it is, I really think that, like, this is God rubbing my nose in the shit going, this is the society that people like you have brought. I mean,
That's not
they
fair.
quote unquote twerk it out for every fucking dumb thing. It's grotesque.
Yeah.
So, I mean, literally, like, every single thing that happens in West Valley makes me.
And that's heartbreaking. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's, you're one of my favorite people on this fucking planet.
Yeah. Well, the pornification of everything, especially hip hop culture, makes me want. Like, really.
Is there a place for porn?
Yeah, behind paywalls. Behind paywalls where children can't. Here's the thing, that thing that like Crowder was saying, the problem is, the reason that the young looking actors do so well is because it's available online for free, and very, very young people and children are clicking on it, and that's not appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, this porn industry attorney, he's like, oh, well, it's protected speech, everyone should have access to it. And I said, what about your kid? You want your kid seeing it? And all of a sudden, his tune changed. Well, of course not. Oh, yeah, but they can, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the hypocrisy. That's the issue. I mean, like, half of these talk shows these women watch here have little girls on there twerking and dancing like little hoochies by the time they're like 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
This is the society we have.
Who you think is behind this? Like, ultimately, like who's like bringing us down? Like encouraging this?
Well, I mean, it comes from the top down. Here's an example. Vladimir Putin, when he has concerts at the Kremlin, you know who he brings in? Classical music artists. You know who they invite at our White House? Well, let's see. Obama invited Beyonce, and Donald Trump invited Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. What does that tell you? So our entire society is just fucking trash.
Goodness, don't let me be president. I'm getting David Draymond of Disturbed.
No, yeah.
And also, the woman who I'm in love with, Christina Scabbia of Lacuna Coil.
Who?
Christina Scabbia. I'll send
I
you.
don't know who that is.
I'll send you a picture. She's a lead singer of an Italian goth metal band.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah,
just don't know who that is.
don't worry about it. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think our society is absolute trash. I mean, I have watched more television and movies in the last 4.5 years here than I had in the prior 15, and I'm going to tell you, American civilization is trash. You think the Russians and Chinese watch this shit?
No, they're actually getting.
They don't.
They're actually getting better in shape, more masculine, more feminine. It's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, honestly, and over here is like, if you try to get more masculine, it's called toxic masculinity. Like, god damn.
Right.
And like,
right. And they're not listening to crap music. They're not, they're encouraging their kids to play classical music. Everything is better. Our civilization, I am privy to it, forced to watch it all day long.
Honestly, Chinese culture is not really that. It's not.
Who?
Chinese culture.
What is that?
Chinese culture is not that better.
But look at actually it is. It is much better. They're better historically. They're far better historically. And look, every Chinese family has their children playing classical music. They have their children playing classical music. They're very, very big on sports and athletics. Their language is absolutely brilliant. I've spent time in here studying Mandarin, and it's a brilliant language. And it's mathematical, which is why they're so intelligent when it comes to all things mathematics. Well, I don't know. I think we should probably just wrap this up because,
yeah,
I've been talking for a while. But thanks for having me on. I appreciate you. Thanks for letting me get some things off my chest. Hopefully that clears things up for people who don't seem to understand how this works.
Right.
Everything together. For me, I appreciate you for that.
How can people like help you? Do you need people to put money on your books or?
Yeah, they can put money on my books. They can, I guess I need that. I don't know. They can write to me. They can write to my DA. They can, my DA's name is Gina Floric. At Rancho Cucamonga, I guess. I don't know her information.
I'll find it.
You can tell her I'm a stand-up gal. You can write to my detective. His name is Donald Patton. I think his information is actually on the warrant that's on my site. My site is freemers.com. Yeah. So let him know I'm a stand-up gal. I mean, I don't think these, they don't know anything about me. So they just, they have it that I'm just, it's interesting to this, by the way.
Yeah.
That's one thing I will agree with. I've watched white girls who killed their baby, walk out it, slap on the hand. So, it's astounding.
Yeah, I made a joke, while walking my dog because he likes to jump on people sitting down. And I said, like, look, I gotta be careful because if he jumps on the wrong white girl, she's gonna scream rape and they're gonna lock me up for having the dog assault her. And and my brown ass is probably gonna do life.
Yeah.
They're like, straight to jail, Spick. Straight to jail.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's absolutely true. In San Bernardino County, it's crazy because I am 30 miles east of LA where they're doing zero bail, zero cash bail for people who are actual criminals. And then San Bernardino County is very conservative, unless you're white. I mean, you could be a white meth head who's like, it's okay, slap on the hands, because they're hoping that, here's the other part of the racket. If you're old, they're like, oh, let's let her back out to hope she has babies, because there's a lot of money in the CPS racket. So they want the white girls back out there having babies because those are valuable babies.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've heard about that,
Yeah.
What, like a blonde hair, blue-eyed girl cost like what? Over $500,000? I forget.
Yeah.
Some crazy amount.
Kids. Yeah, I mean, honestly, whereas I'm more valuable than a 40-year-old stick. So I'm more valuable, right? It's a huge. This is the new.
So what are you picking?
Well, and that's. I mean, I would say Doritos, but I don't eat shit, so I'm not. I mean, that's why I'm like, I don't know how to tell people commissary. If you guys want to put my letters to my DA, send letters to detective. I don't know. I don't know how you guys can help me. I don't know. I think that at this point, this country's so far gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's so far gone. I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Because I don't know, because like my skills with Puerto Rican cooking have gotten better, and you know there's no one for me to feed.
I'm sorry. Terrible.
I mean, from what you told me, you know, like if you ever came out, I'm feeding you, not the co-defendant.
Oh, yeah, but you can. Oh, you can feel, well, like, you know, God only knows if we'll even be out of here. Like, I mean, it's just one of those things where,
I'll probably be able to make borscht taste good.
What's that?
I'll probably be able to make borscht taste good.
Borscht. Well, you know, we'll be lucky. We'll be lucky in the future. I don't know what the, I don't know.
I hope you'll be alive. I hope. I mean, I still have hope. I mean, maybe I'm naive, but you know.
Well, this is a good place for me to end because they're making me lock it down. So I love you.
I love you too.
I will talk to you. You know, I don't know.
Right.
Thank you again for letting me say my piece at least.
Anytime.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
The caller has hung up.